Good morning. I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. The Dow Jones closed above the 40,000 level for the first time in history on Friday, a day after hitting that key benchmark in the previous trading session. The Dow closed up 0.34%, a new record close. The S&P 500 just tipped into positive territory, closing up 0.12%, while the Nasdaq Composite finished down 0.07%. Shares of Walmart and Caterpillar both closed 1% higher. Chubb and Valero Energy both closed higher by more than 3% and 4% respectively, and were the biggest gainers in the S&P 500. The market's momentum will be tested on Wednesday when semiconductor giant Nvidia reports quarterly results. Analysts forecast earnings per share to jump to US $5.52 from $5.16, and revenue to climb to $24.58 billion from $22.1 billion. US stocks finished last week strong, with the Dow up 1.2% to notch its fifth straight weekly gain. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq climbed 1.5% and 2.1% week to date, clinching their longest winning streak since February. Last week's ascent has helped propel the three indexes into positive territory for the second quarter despite a tough start. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are now each up more than 11% in 2024, while the Dow has climbed more than 6% this year. Turning to commodities, analysts foresee potential for further increases in tin prices due to ongoing supply disruptions and geopolitical tensions, though uncertainty remains about the resumption of mining operations in Myanmar, despite a bullish outlook. BMI analysts predict a temporary easing of prices in the near future, citing inflationary pressures and slower semiconductor sales growth. Nickel prices surged to a nearly 9-month high following political violence in New Caledonia, disrupting production in territory rich in nickel deposits. Futures contracts spiked nearly 7% on the London Metal Exchange to $21,150 per tonne, driven by increased demand for nickel in electric vehicle batteries and steel making, alongside a report from the International Energy Agency forecasting strong demand for minerals crucial in the shift towards cleaner energy. Turning to US sectors, most closed higher on Friday. Energy was the best performer of the bunch, whilst tech was the worst. Looking ahead to the Australian landscape, the SPI futures are pointing to a 0.5% gain. Thank you for listening.